He wants to really know. Are you serious? Okay. All right. So is everybody on the scorecard?
I didn't see the link for that. Which way is it again?
So Charmaine, just look straight down from where you just typed your one good thing. You see the large black print scorecard? Do you keep all the tabs open on your screen as you're going through the meeting? You still got the L10 doc open? I see you in the L10 doc. I can't hear you. Is your take your mute off? Give me some feedback. What are you seeing? And if you're willing, just share your screen, Charmaine.
I'm actually don't know what I should be looking for.
You're back on the L10 meeting.
Yeah.
You have that document? Okay. Do you see the word scorecard right below your name, about 10 lines below your name? See the blue link below it?
Mm-hmm.
Click on it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You see how it opens the one below? So just slide down slightly and click on that.
It didn't open.
So for me, if you want to glance at my screen, which I'm trying to share right now, for me, I'm not sure what kind of device or how yours works, but if you click on this, there's the link right there that I can click on now. And if I click on scorecard, it opens the Google Sheets.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Yeah.
I see Tyler. I see David. There you go. I see you now. So I'm highlighting the 210. That's today. And then what you're trying to do, if you guys have a team of 5 people, you'd really love it if they filled this out before the meeting. Is kind of what you'd like, right? You'd like your team members to go through these values beforehand. And that way, when we get here, we should probably spend 2 minutes or less as a team of 5 people on this top layer of this scorecard. So David, read your 2 numbers.
Sorry. So I'm 0 uploaded and 0 underwritten this week.
Got it, Tyler?
Sorry, 0 uploaded, 1 underwritten.
Nice. And Adler's not here. Darnell?
I have 0 uploaded, 0 underwritten.
Got it. And I think do you have your second number in there, Darnell? Type that in if you can see it right there. And
in yellow?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I just did that.
And hit enter. Sometimes if you don't click enter, it doesn't show up there. I see yours on the top there. Do the one on the lower one. Oh, I think I see there you go.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Okay.
And then Charmaine, what are your 2 numbers?
Well, I did not upload anything, so it's zero.
Got it.
I underwrite. I almost finished underwrite one, so I didn't finish.
Got it. All right. Sounds good. And then, what the spreadsheet does is start to add it up for the team. And, you can just do a simple formula that adds up how many were uploaded, how many were underwritten. And then you're looking at your team members to set their goals appropriately, right? If the goals are too high and people aren't meeting them, you can ask them, are those really the right goals for yourself, right? Set your own goals and achieve them. And then if your team is thinking about, hey, we got to do 100 writings in a year, right? That's, a certain number per week, right? I need to see 2 underwritings per week times 52 weeks. That'll be 100 underwritings in a year. If you're going, wow, we want to accelerate things and we want to get so many deals, you might have to look at a lot more than 100. If you're looking at 400, that's 4 times 2. You're looking at 8 underwritings a week that your team needs to roll through to sort of be in the mix of what are we bidding on that we can find, right? So this scorecard is sort of your master control of the business and sort of a high level perspective. What happened in the last week? Are we making progress? Are we falling behind? What needs to be adjusted? Those kind of questions all the team members are asking themselves. And I know that the team in the traction model has an integrator. The integrator is sort of the whatever you want to call it, the hammer and the urger and the pusher or whatever it is, right? Urging the team on. But most of your team members you're picking are well self-motivated to handle these goals and to set them for themselves. Okay, so then it becomes just sort of a where is everybody and keep an accountability toward each other. And then go down and click the properties in detail down there and let's see that. So that's the tab at the bottom, properties in detail. And I'm starting to look back at the overall folder. It looks like there's 17 properties. It looks like there's 17 listed on the schedule. That looks great. We see some red, completed, or not available. Those we're not even focusing on. Probably we're going to the bottom of the list with Tyler and David. There's a couple down there, 6 and 7. Are they still available or are they gone now?
I'm not sure about the Hitchcock portfolio. I would have to go back and check, to be quite honest.
Got it. And sometimes your team just loses interest. If you look at something and nobody on our team, if nobody was going to sort of advocate for a property, we'd be like, I didn't see anything interesting there. And then we would move on. So if it's older, like those are back from January 19, that's not bad. It's still within the last month. So those could easily still be in play. And then all the ones up top, right? So now you're trying to have a discussion of what are we going to look at this meeting. We probably have time for 2 properties maximum and 1 if we're serious about it during the weekly meeting. So from the people on the call right now, is there anyone that you've looked at that you like a lot that you'd like to have the team look at?
I can only speak for myself, but just to share, from my perspective, I've had a hell of a time trying to figure out how to use the tools that we have.
Okay.
Combination of being on iPad and not being in the excuses. But all I'm saying, I suppose, is that I think as time goes on, I'll be much more able to contribute to these situations. Right now, though, I'm still, I guess, playing catch up and getting familiar with the spreadsheets. So I think as we move forward, I'll be able to contribute more there.
And so I think that's fine. And sort of our fallback position, I think, as a group, because we're a practicing underwriting group, right? We're going back to, I think unless somebody's going to say, well, I want to go look at a specific property, I think we're looking at number 9. That's the property where last week we set up individual underwriting templates for each of us. And we looked at some of the base documents and we said, let's practice plugging those in over the next week. So it's kind of like that's our homework for the last week, and we'll go back and see how that went, and we'll see if anybody engaged in those. Does that sound like a plan for tonight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great.
The only
So,
thing, I have a question though.
Go ahead.
Pilot did one in number 8 that says 13 million if assumed and 14.2 if cash. Why is the cash price more?
anyone want to take a shot at that?
Which one is it?
Yeah.
The
So
one that Tyler did for Summer Wind?
Oh, okay.
so
Because normally I would assume that the cash would be cheaper.
it really stems back to prepayment penalties. That if we assume their loan, then
Mhm.
there is no prepayment penalty, and they will end up with the amount of cash at the end of the day that they need to make their returns. Whereas if we pay cash, I believe their loan is only a year and a half old, and so by paying cash, they would then incur a prepayment penalty, meaning
Okay.
that they have to ask for 1.2 more greater to cover that.
Yeah, yeah. One thing I found out too, when talking to brokers, like in single family, we call it a prepayment penalty, but when talking to brokers, they call it like yield maintenance or something like that. So,
Yield maintenance.
yeah, I think that's what they call it. But it's
Okay, I like
a
it.
fancy way of saying
What is it called?
a prepayment penalty. Yield. Why? I forget how you spell
Type
yield.
it in the chat there so we can see how it's spelled.
Yeah.
Those small things make such a big difference when you're talking to people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't have the best of spelling, so hopefully I spelled it right.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Commercial, they love to take the vocabulary up a notch. A lot of them are finance majors, etc. And so they love to speak that little bit more aggressive vernacular. I'm thinking of when we sell the property. It's not a sales fee. It's not a fee to sell or a sales fee. It's a disposition fee.
Okay.
So disposition means you're selling the asset. So, when you put your fees into your underwriting template, don't call it a sales fee, call it a disposition fee. As long as your investors know the lingo, you're fine. So, which they do anyway. So, okay, let's do this. I'm going to stop recording.